All right, so we're back on the line here, getting some more traps out. It's been golly, I guess it's been almost a month since I pulled my traps last. I've been running a few beaver sets, and I've been catching a little bit, but not like I want to be. But this is the last weekend of deer season here in Georgia, and that's what's kind of been cutting me off and holding me back. Is, you know, everybody wants to hold on to deer season until it finally goes out. So it's going out this weekend. I got a couple places that I can set now, and then hopefully there's going to be some more that opens up after the season officially goes out. But anyway, this piece of property here, this is another farm property. It's about 70 acres. It's kind of long and skinny from the highway. You can see there was a pond up before us. The back corner of the field, so right over here, I put 2 sets in there. There's a road going in along the fence line, and then I've got another old woods road coming in right here. And so I just pulled up to this spot, and I'm looking at where I'm gonna set. And I was just gonna show y'all, you know, I try not to overthink any of this. See, we got a pretty good cow trail coming right up through here and out this road. So I'm gonna put in a couple sets. One of them, probably gonna put right in here on one of these little old green bushes that's kind of right on the edge of where the field comes around and back in there. And then the other one I want to get off on this side, and I may use something like a grub stake, or actually probably what I'll use is a T-bone. I think I'll use a T-bone, maybe come right here kind of off of this point right here, and put it here where I'm covering kind of both sides of the field coming in, and also covering this woods road. So anyhow, like I say, I try not to overthink it. I try to pick a couple spots, set them, and then get on down the road. And so just want to walk you through that. That's how I'm going to punch these 2 sets in, and we'll keep on moving. All right, so I'm getting my first set in here using this couple of plants as a backing on the woods road and the field edge. And I've been doing a dirtless setting method, a grass setting method. I have not been sifting any dirt over my traps. Once they're set, I use grass clippings to cover them. It's kind of building off of the pipe dream set that Mark Zagger does, and the way he sets. You know, he's from New York, and pretty well known for trapping in the East. You know, we deal with a lot of mud and rain and wet ground, and so that's kind of what he has hung his hat on, is trapping in the mud. And this seems to work really well for that instance of dealing with wet rain and stuff like that. So I will say I'm testing out. I bought 6 number 2 Bridgers dogless. So I'm giving them a whirl. You know, every once in a while I get complaints because I am a huge MB550 fan. A number 2 size trap is all that we can legally set on land here in Georgia. So that's one reason I'm 550 versus 650 or number 3 or whatever. And that's just personal preference, what I've used. I can only use what we're allowed here. You know, every once in a while I get people complaining about the cost of the MB550s, and they are expensive, right? But I mean, it's something, to me, it's a lifelong investment. Something's going to last you years, and hopefully, at least in some instances, maybe make you a little bit of money. So these number 2 Bridgers, I got the offsets. They are 70 bucks, maybe not that. I don't remember. They're a little bit cheaper, definitely, than the MB550s. One of the things, again, personal preference, is I do like for the offset to have a lamination. So probably this summer I'll tack me a little laminated bar. I may go for an inside lamination just to try it and see. That's my personal preference. I do like that it's got a night latch on the dogless, and I'm just anxious. I've never used a dogless before. One thing that I'm not super crazy about is the night latch. Once it gets set, you hear that click, there's still feel like that pan needs to be trimmed down just a little bit because there's still just a little bit of movement before it's ready to fire. I don't feel like it is as abrupt of a fire as I would like it to be. So that's a concern of mine. Other than that, I mean, they seem like a good trap. I have heard some people say that you need to either bubble the ends of the jaws or bend them up because you know, coyote can pop the jaws out, and that's something I did not do. Hopefully I won't encounter that, but that's something I'm going to do when I get some time. But and I'll also, you know, I've been using Full Metal Jacket some this year. I actually, with these, I let them rust a little bit and then just put them in a bucket of logwood dye, cold logwood dye, let them set for a couple days, pulled them out, and you can see they still got a little bit of shine shining through, but overall they've taken on a little bit dark appearance. It's the one drawback that I see to the Full Metal Jacket is you get some brand new traps, you dip them, especially using, you know, covering with grass where it's not a solid covering. I don't like the shine. Outside of that, if you've got traps that already got a good dark color on them, you dye them and you know, they're dark, you don't have to worry about a shine. The Full Metal Jacket is, I like that aspect of it. So anyway, I've got my trap bed dug. I've got it a little bit narrow and deep. I need to go a little bit wider. What I'm trying to do here, I'm trying to make this thing just big enough that I can take a hammer and kind of pound the edges to where that trap just fits in there really snug. Since I'm not putting any dirt on top of it to pack it in. I had my hole pretty well lined out for my MB550, so changing traps mid-season is kind of throwing me for a little bit of a loop. That's what is nice about having one single trap. You know, all your traps are the same. You know, you get into a rhythm and you know what size hole you need to be digging, and you can really get efficient with setting your traps. I'm using some pogo anchors. I'll drive this baby down there. And I had one that I set a few minutes ago, and I always judge the softness of the ground by how the anchor goes in. So if I hit that thing and it moves 4 or 6 inches at a time, that gives me a little concern. I'm going to set that anchor and I'm going to pull on it and make sure if it gives some, I'm going to relocate, because there may be an old rotten root hole or something down there that you make a catch and he can pull that trap out. So you don't want that to happen. That ground is pretty solid though. That is good. I got my trap set, but I'm going to move that pan just a little bit so that hopefully it should be right at the edge of firing now. Now then, I'm just going to kind of tap right around the outside edge of that jaw. That trap is ready. I'm ready to put some grass over it, put some lure, probably do a couple of punch holes here, maybe throw a little feathers on this this bush, and so it'll be ready to go. I'm gonna go put in my other one. I know it's kind of bright, but here's my finished sets. Here's my backing. I've got a let's see, a punch hole up here and then a punch hole down here, and a little wool in my grass covering. And then over here, I've got my my T-bone with some urine and a little gland lure in the hole. And then I used the dirt that I dug out of my trap bed, just left it piled there, and put another little lure, some Country Boy on that side, kind of a walkthrough type scenario. So I feel like these are pretty good. We'll have something to show you tomorrow. Don't Told you I've had a small water line out, and I've had a pair of dog-proof traps set here for near about a week, I guess. Hadn't had any activity on them, but I've been using. I haven't rebaited them. We just got 2 inches of rain over the past 3 days, but I've been using some floating fish food for baiting them. Just some pellet floating fish food, and then giving a little shot of fish oil. And that fish food, it doesn't take water well, so I think that may be one reason why I didn't need any relure baiting after a week of, or after 2 inches of rain. You can see here's one of my sets that I've been pretty disappointed with. I've got that there. You can see the my conibear stand. I've got a 330 underneath that log there and kind of got it fenced off. And I got this, put a nice hole in this dam here. I haven't had any activity. It's really puzzled me, but I have pulled 3 beavers out of here. And this is the same pond where I was trapping down on the pond dam. I pulled 4 beavers down there, and then I've got 3 beavers on this north end up here. So we're putting a hurting on the beavers for sure, which is good. That's what the landowner wants. So we'll see if we got anything else today. You can see here, not only are these beavers chewing, but they're also down here digging and rooting. So actually you'll see all this was fresh before the rain, and so I stuck me a little conibear, camouflaged in their little channel that's coming up here, and stuck me another one right over here. This is where the best sign was. I had a beaver here yesterday and my trap is gone. Trying to make sure that I remembered resetting it. Hot dog, we got an otter, boys. Look at there. Man. See if I can hook the cable. That's one reason. So what I've got a, I'm trying to hook something so I don't have to reach my arm too bad deep into the water. It ain't working out for me though. There's the otter. I got a cable on this there we go. That's a nice big otter too. Oh yeah. So see, I've got a cable. Man, that is a good otter right there. That's a 280 conibear. And you can see that's one reason why people don't like tend to shy away from the 330s with otters, is they're so big that, man, those otters can slip through so quick, and you're gonna get a miss or you know, a fired. Check that out, he's missing the end of his tail. But you can get a miss on them because they'll just slip right through such a big trap. So a 280 is a good compromise from, show you the stands that I've got my. So here, this is the stand that I got. The conibear goes in. At the bottom of it, I slide it right into the slide here. I put the cable is attached to the rebar, so I got it anchored. And that's crucial for conibears, man. You've got to anchor those things or you're gonna wind up losing it and your catch. So, man, it's turned out to be a good day. This short water line has been has really paid off. I am a little bit disappointed though. I've got another dive set over here. You can see just under those sticks, those cross sticks, is my my other conibear stand. I got a conibear under that log there, and I was really hoping that if some otters come through, they would come through either one of those 2 dive sets, but they didn't. But I busted him anyway, so we're gonna try to get some more traps out and got some skinning to do. That's a good problem to have.